dear friends, this is Lana with Lana Design for Spellbinders, and welcome to my channel. First and foremost, let me wish you a happy new year, and I hope you had a great and amazing holidays and are ready to start this year off with some new crafting ideas. Today I am showcasing this beautiful brand new release from Spellbinders. This is 3D embossing folder for the month of January. And since it's the beginning of the year, we're going back to basics, starting off with the most basic stuff and how to create simple and easy cards with using just embossing folders. I will be making 2 cards today, and I picked this metallic cardstock. One is silver, the other one is rose gold, and I'm just going to cut them to size. I'm making a square card. My square cards are normally 5 by 5, so this panel is just going to be 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Once that is done, I am going to actually put them both together in this embossing folder and emboss them together at the same time because I want these patterns to match. I'm going to put this through the die cutting machine and I'll be right back. And here I am. My embossing is all done. Look how fun and beautiful this looks. I have to tell you that it looks even more striking in person. Now, this is the reason why 3D embossing folders are one of the most useful tools that you can have in your craft room. All you have to do is grab yourself a simple cardstock, put it through the die cutting machine, put a little sentiment, and you are done. You can then decorate it or embellish it however you want, depending on your cardstock. And this is what we are going to do today. I'm going to show you just a simple technique. I'm going to cut my paper in 4s here and use those pieces to create my cards. Now you can see my little pieces here are all done. All that I'm going to do is simply attach them to the card base. All that I'm doing is simply gluing them with some art glitter glue. I love this glue. It's a perfect adhesive. It dries clear, which is great for all of us paper crafters. Now all that I'm doing is gluing my pieces so the pattern matches. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just think it's very cool and it gives that professional look if you have that continuous pattern. One thing that I wanted to mention, I'm not sure if I said this previously or not, is that my card sizes are going to be 5 by 5, which means that I trimmed my panels here to be 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. And I love making square cards. And if you like to do the same thing, please make sure to add that extra postage when you're sending these cards, because they are not your regular size cards and they require extra postage because they need to be hand canceled. Just keep that in mind because you don't want these cards to be returned to you. And the panels are done. Love how they look. And now let's turn them into cards. And here we are almost at the end of this video. What is left is actually embellishing cards and finishing them up. I picked several older plates from Spellbinders. These plates are meant for better press, but you can also use them for your hot foil. You don't need to have a better press to use these plates.
They're absolutely interchangeable, and there's a lot to choose from. What I am using here is Better Press paper. This is a beautiful heavy stock and cotton paper designed for Better Press. And I'm also using Better Press ink. This ink is archival, and you can also watercolor on top of this ink, and your color is not going to bleed. Next, I'm going to simply die cut my images before moving forward. For die cutting, I'm using a Scout die cutting machine by Spellbinders. This is a super cute and compact machine that I suggest you get for when you need quick die cutting. The only image that I need to color here are actually these two little birds here. Everything else is going to stay as is. For coloring, I am using Altenew watercolor markers. These colors are so perfect and actually match my background just perfect. All that I'm going to do is just add a little tiny dot. I'm not going to need a lot of color here. I'm going to use barely any, and simply add a little bit of that color to my birds. I just want to have some interest to this card. Now the trick is to details. The more details you add to your cards, the better your cards will look. So this little step is not really taking too much time, and it's going to add and elevate that card a little bit more and add such a nice, gentle and warm tone to the card. I am just going to set these birds to dry while I assemble my first card. To attach my die cut pieces, I am going to use Altenew foam adhesive. The first card is going to have a sentiment in the middle, and I am also going to add these super cool butterflies from Spellbinders. Now, these are stickers, believe it or not, but these stickers are not your regular stickers. The bottom of these stickers is see-through, which makes these stickers so perfect for any card design. The second card is only going to have these two elements, the birds that I colored and sentiment, and that's it. I'm not going to be adding anything else to this card. I think this most definitely completes it. And that's it. The only thing that it's left to do is actually put these two panels on their card bases. You see how quick and easy that was? It literally took no time to create such cool pieces. Remember, once you lose your inspiration and don't know what to create, go back to basics. Grab your embossing folders and start creating. And I hope you found this video inspiring. If so, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Big thank you goes to Spellbinders for sending me these things to play with. And thank you for being here. See you soon with something new. Bye-bye.